How to stop acid reflux at night. Do you have a burning sensation in your chest at night, nausea when you lie down flat, or wake up coughing with a sore throat? This happens when pressure inside your stomach pushes acid upwards, which irritates your food pipe, causing that burning feeling in your chest or a buildup of mucus in the throat. Most people think that reflux comes from having too much stomach acid, but actually it comes from slow digestion, a buildup of pressure, and a weak muscle above your stomach. In this video, I will share the 3 bad habits to avoid that may be causing your stomach acid to escape upwards at night, followed by some simple natural remedies which tighten the muscle above your stomach. The digestive system will begin to work properly and keep the acid down where it belongs. 79% of adults with heartburn report experiencing it at night time. You see, your stomach naturally holds very strong acid, which breaks down your food, kills bad microbes, activates digestive enzymes, and helps you to absorb nutrients. But there is a small band of muscle at the top of your stomach that squeezes tightly to prevent acid traveling upwards from your stomach. But if your stomach acid is too diluted or weak, foods do not break down properly and they begin to ferment, creating gas and pressure, which forces that muscle sphincter wide open. This allows the acid to splash upwards and irritates the food pipe in the throat, causing that burning sensation, nausea, or a sour taste in your mouth. People often use antacids and acid-blocking medication to help with reflux, but unfortunately this actually makes the reflux worse over time because the pills weaken your stomach acid and food remains undigested, causing reflux to return at night again and again. So how can we stop this from happening to keep the muscle tight above your stomach and stop the acid from traveling upwards? First, you will need to change your nighttime habits that are causing pressure to build up in the stomach before using simple remedies to strengthen your digestive fluids and stop reflux from happening in the future. So now that you understand how stomach acid is very important, let's discuss the habits that you will need to change. Number 1 is eating or drinking too late. You may have noticed that if you eat food too close to bedtime, you get heartburn or that feeling of nausea when you lie down. Heavy meals that have processed or greasy ingredients are very hard to digest, so they sit there in your stomach, fermenting and forcing the muscle above your stomach to open. So if you already have a problem with reflux, you may need to change your eating routine. Avoid eating foods within 3 to 4 hours of going to bed, especially anything greasy, processed, or fried. You might also want to sprinkle some raw broccoli sprouts over your last meal of the day, as these will add natural digestive enzymes to help food break down and stop that reflux at night. There are also certain trigger foods that you will want to avoid. Studies show, for example, that chocolate can lead to nighttime reflux. The problem is that chocolate contains theobromine, which relaxes the muscle sphincter, allowing the acid to travel up and irritate the inside of your food pipe and throat. Your body then coats that irritated inner skin with some mucus to heal it. This is why so many people get a chronic cough all year around that won't seem to go away. So try to avoid chocolate, especially after 6 p.m. along with the other known triggers, especially coffee and tea, foods cooked in seed oils, and carbonated drinks. Instead, try sipping on some ginger tea in the evening. Ginger helps foods digest beyond the stomach down in the intestines, which can take pressure off your stomach and sphincter so that the acid stays down when you go to bed. And when you do settle down in bed, it's a good idea to choose the right sleeping position. Lying flat removes gravity, making it easier for stomach acid to move upwards into your food pipe. And sleeping on your right side can also make reflux worse because you end up leaning on your stomach and putting more pressure on it, making it easier for the acid to move upward into the esophagus. So the best sleeping position for reflux is actually lying on your left side. If your reflux is particularly bad, I also suggest using a wedge pillow to raise your upper body slightly so that the gravity can help keep the acid down and make it easier to sleep for now. Avoid wearing tight-waisted banded clothes around your midsection, as these too can create upward pressure. So these are the habits that you first want to change, and you'll soon notice reflux easing up at night. And now you can start to use some of the best natural remedies to help stop reflux by assisting the food to digest more fully, starting with a very simple evening digestive tonic using warm water. A study conducted in 1999 tested the difference between cold water and hot water for people with digestive problems, and it found that hot water helps food move downward more smoothly, reducing the pressure that pushes acid up at night. Sea salt is also very helpful, as its minerals can help to send nerve signals that tell the valve above your stomach to close tightly at night. I also suggest adding ginger powder to this tonic to relax spasms in your stomach muscles, and raw honey can also help to coat your throat to soothe any irritation from old reflux. Here's the recipe. Just boil 1 cup of water about 45 minutes before bed. Add 2 or 3 tiny grains of Celtic or Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder with 1/2 teaspoon of raw honey. Mix it well, allow it to cool slightly, and drink it to help stop acid reflux at night. You can also help your food digest better with enzymes. Your pancreas and your stomach naturally make digestive enzymes to help break down your food. But if you're aging, have low stomach acid, or you've eaten lots of processed junk foods in the past, you may not have enough of these enzymes, which can slow digestion and cause pressure and reflux to build up. Simply take 2 to 3 super digestive enzyme capsules straight after your last meal of the day. Make sure that the brand that you choose contains betaine hydrochloride, pancreatin, and ox bile for the best results. These ingredients strengthen digestive juices so that your food and waste moves freely through your entire digestive system. And there's also another way to tackle this problem with alginate. Now, sodium alginate is a natural compound made from brown seaweed. When alginate mixes with your stomach acid, it forms a soft gel that floats to the top like a raft. A study published in the Journal of Neurogastroenterology and Motility found that alginate creates this physical barrier that blocks the acid from travelling up into the food pipe. This works especially well at night because the gel sits on the top of your stomach and keeps the acid down when you lie flat. To use it, simply take 1 to 2 pure sodium alginate capsules about 1.5 hours before bed, after your stomach has had time to digest your evening meal. Most people notice a calmer feeling in their chest, with much less burning when they settle down for the night. By the way, if you'd like a full program to help fix reflux from every angle, from healing irritation, improving digestion, and closing the valve above your stomach, I've put a link down below to my new book, The Stop Acid Reflux Protocol. It contains 64 pages of step-by-step instructions on what remedies to use and when, including a 21-day plan and printable habit trackers to help you get this problem completely under control naturally. And finally, I have one more specific fruit remedy. Fresh papaya fruits contain a natural enzyme called papain. This proteolytic enzyme helps break down proteins in your stomach, which helps reduce bloating, fermentation, and acid that pushes upwards at night. A study showed that papaya helps to keep your digestive system strong and healthy to relieve problems like heartburn and also IBS. So try eating a small bowl of chopped papaya after your evening meal and notice how your overall digestion improves. Do not use tinned papaya, however, as these contain added sugars which could make the reflux worse. Always use fresh papaya. And now that we've covered the remedies to stop reflux at night, let's go a little deeper and fix the root problems that are causing the reflux in the first place. Because reflux is not just a nighttime problem, it's a sign your digestion isn't working the way it should be during the day. To fix reflux more permanently, it's essential to fix your stomach acid, remove irritation, and improve the tone of that muscle above your stomach. So we'll start by healing the inner skin of your stomach and throat. When your throat or your food pipe is irritated by reflux, it can tighten your throat, making it harder to swallow. And this is where soothing remedies come in. Zinc L-carnosine has been shown in clinical trials in Japan to repair and heal irritated tissue in the digestive tract, whereas slippery elm powder can form a barrier or a coating along the throat, giving it time to heal. And there's also mastic gum, which has been used for centuries and helps to destroy the harmful bacteria called H. pylori that can weaken your stomach acid as well. These natural remedies don't just mask the symptoms, they actually help to restore the mucosal lining caused by long-term reflux. Next, you will want to make your food start digesting fully and more completely by acidifying, not neutralizing your stomach acid. Start to drink 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar mixed in a tall glass of water before meals to naturally acidify the stomach and help that valve above the stomach to close. Also, make sure to use a straw to protect your tooth enamel. Alternatively, you may use betaine hydrochloride capsules before your evening meal. You'll notice that when you strengthen the pH of your stomach acid, reflux starts to settle down. Stronger, quality stomach acid signals the muscle above your stomach to squeeze tight and stay closed at night. But you can also strengthen the nerves that control this valve directly by getting more vitamin B1 in your diet from nutritional yeast or sunflower seeds. Magnesium glycinate supplements can also help to improve the opening and closing of the valve, as they help to naturally reduce stress hormones like cortisol, which is another trigger for reflux. And for a more holistic approach, try to repair your lower gut health. Friendly bacteria in your intestines also help food to break down properly and keep the system moving. Healthy microbes also produce B vitamins and acetylcholine, which again will help to close that sphincter above your stomach. So focus on eating fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, brine pickles, and kimchi through the week to strengthen your gut microbiome. There are also other nutrients to focus on in your diet to help balance acid production. For example, your body uses choline found in egg yolks and organ meats to make acetylcholine, which controls your digestion. Magnesium from pumpkin seeds, avocados, and leafy greens helps to close the valve. B1 again helps to control the nerve signals that close the valve from organic pork, garlic, sunflower seeds, or nutritional yeast. And vitamin D from sunlight or eating wild salmon can help to lower inflammation directly in your stomach. So if you really want to feel what it's like to live without acid reflux at night, here's a 21-day reset. Avoid late night eating, trigger foods like chocolate and coffee, and always sleep on your left side. Use warm water with honey, ginger, and a pinch of salt to help foods digest and reduce pressure. Add digestive enzymes after your evening meal, or use betaine hydrochloride or apple cider vinegar before meals to strengthen your stomach acid. Use zinc L-carnosine, mastic gum, or slippery elm to repair irritated inner skin. Get B1, magnesium, and potassium daily to improve LES tone and keep the acid down. Eat kefir, sauerkraut, pickles, and kimchi to improve digestion and motility. Sometimes have a small bowl of fresh papaya for its enzymes. And for a full step-by-step guidebook, I put a link to my new book, Stop Acid Reflux Protocol, below the video. By the way, if you often have constipation, there are natural ways to help move this waste through the colon as well, and the information on how to do this is on the video on the screen now. As always, thank you so much for watching. I wish you great health, wealth, and happiness.